This meeting is being held in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act, and adequate notice of this meeting has been provided as required by law. Certain portions of it may be closed to the public or the purpose of personnel and or other matters is outlined in Sunshine Law. Decisions made and or discussed in closed session will be made known to the public at a later time. All contracts awarded by mayor and council must comply with the affirmative action requirements of PL 1975 C127. Fire exits are located in the directions I am indicating. If you are alerted for fire, please move in a calm, orderly manner to the nearest smoke-free exit. Notice to members of the governing body and borough staff, any use of electronic devices during this meeting shall be used solely for the purposes of borough business, and any communications are subject to the Open Public Records Act. Andrew, call the roll.
Councilman Petrosky.
Here.
Councilman Connolly.
Here.
Councilman Johnson.
Present.
Councilman Signorella.
Here.
Councilman Robina.
Here.
Councilman Baloma will be absent. Mayor Signorella.
Here.
You have a quorum there.
Cool. Please lead us in the opening prayer and pledge allegiance.
Eternal God, grant us thy help in all our duties and perplexities. We ask for thy guidance. Give us thy protection in our dangers and sorrows. Grant us thy peace. Amen. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
There are no communications for consideration this evening. We think we have tonight for presentation, we have Jim Masterson from the Union Township Chamber of Commerce. Do you want to come up, Jim? How you doing?
Just pull the mic up towards you.
All right. Let me just make sure it's on.
Yeah, just pull it up.
Pull it
Tap on
up
the top.
towards you.
There you go.
Okay. Good evening, Mayor Signorello and distinguished members of our governing body of the Borough of Roselle Park. My name is Jim Masterson. I'm the Executive Director of the Union Township Chamber of Commerce, and thank you for inviting me here tonight to speak to you. We have been exploring for some time having our businesses in Roselle Park come under our Chamber of Commerce to form their own business alliance and take advantage of all the chamber member benefits that we offer. Our chamber has been in existence since 1955. I have been executive director for 10 years, but I've been a part of the chamber board since 1989. My background is I was vice president at Union Hospital for 26 years under the St. Barnabas healthcare system. And as such, I was a member of the Chamber of Commerce and a proud member and made many, many contacts. So our chamber has many member benefits. We have monthly networking events. We have partnerships with Kane University in terms of tuition discounts, employment internship portals, and other benefits like that. I have some handouts that I can give you after the meeting if you'd like. Our chamber works to promote its members. We are right now at about 350 members and growing. We are working right now on a digital map for the Township of Union, and the paper version of that map is actually in press right now. But there's going to be a digital version of the map as well, which we can include all types of different businesses.
Hey Jim, who are you guys using for the digital map? Are you guys building that on your own, or is there?
Actually, we have a company called Lunar Cow Publishing out of Akron, Ohio. They do a number of maps for us and for other chambers, and we've been working with them over the past year. So we used to do a publication like this, a paper publication, which we mailed out to businesses and residents in the township, and now we're going digital. And it will be what we call a go-to guide for our members. So people will be able to go and take a look at our history, our parks, recreation, our school systems, our history, arts, culture, all of those different type of things, and then also be able to take advantage of businesses where we can actually have ads for our businesses where members can click on, go to a landing page, go to their website, get some more information, contact the owners, that type of thing. And that could be expanded because it's digital to any member. We have members from not just Union, but also throughout Union County and beyond. Actually, we have a couple of members from Roselle Park itself. We have Pastrami and Pickles, we have Crossfield Products, we have the County Educators Federal Credit Union, Farmers Insurance, which just moved in on Westfield Avenue. So we do have members from the borough of Roselle Park. So at this point, you know, we would love to be able to assist, promote, help the businesses of Roselle Park grow, prosper, get together. We can certainly have events that are just Roselle Park oriented, but they would have full advantage of all of the member benefits. We have 50 member benefits from the chamber itself. And we would love to entertain that, to work with you. Strictly voluntary. Our membership dues are very reasonable. Our minimum dues right now is $200, and that is based on your anniversary date. So if you join, say, June 1st of 2022, you're a member through June 1st of 2023, that type of thing. Our members love doing business with each other. We have a website, we have a member directory that lists all of our member businesses. Our community goes to our webpage, looks for recommendations for businesses. If they want to look for a dry cleaner, an accountant, a lawyer, real estate agent, they're able to search either by alphabetical or by category. You know, looking for real estate, looking for an accountant, that type of thing. And they're able to contact the owner directly through the web page itself. And our web page also lists all of our member benefits, and people can also join and access all of our events through that web page itself. Our chamber's a active, growing place. My background, besides being at Union Hospital, I'm also the president of the board of directors of the Gateway Family YMCA. I'm also the board president of the Township of Union Senior Housing, so I have a lot of connections. We've been very close working with our township government in Union, and we look forward to working very closely with all of you at the Borough of Roselle Park. And I'll entertain any questions or continue with any information that you might want to know from me.
Sure. Jim, do you mind talking a little bit more about what sets you apart from other chambers, some of the unique benefits? I remember seeing something on one of the handouts on resume writing or something of that nature.
My background is HR. So we can help our members if they need to develop a resume, if they need to have help writing a press release. Those are all included in the membership. There's no additional charge for that. In addition, I offer 2 different HR seminars. One is creating a drug and alcohol-free workplace, and the other is on harassment and sexual harassment. And those are designed for the smaller businesses who don't have HR departments and couldn't access, you know, a full HR corporate department. And I would come out and I would give like about an hour-long seminar to managers and to employees about what harassment is, the definition, what to do if you've been harassed, that type of thing. The drug and alcohol-free workplace I do for managers, and I've done that for a number of companies, where we talk about what happens if an employee comes to work and they appear to be impaired? You know, that type of thing. Did that answer? Okay. So we do a number of side things that a lot of other chambers don't. Our motto at the chamber is where business is personal. And what I pride myself on is that we're hands-on. We're a small staffed chamber, we're lean, our money goes to our members, to our member benefits. We have a break-even budget each year. We're not looking to make a profit. We do a number of community events. We run a 5K every year at Union High School, and we donate a portion of our proceeds to a local family in need. This year we helped a little 8-year-old boy who had a brain tumor, and sadly he passed away around Christmas time. But we were able to help the family with their expenses, that type of thing. So we're active in the community. We do a scholarship program as well for a Union High School graduate, and we could do the same in this town as well.
Thanks so much for being here.
Okay.
Appreciate it. Looking forward to working with you more, hopefully, as more Roselle Park businesses join up. I know that our Chamber of Commerce, we've had a difficult past with the times, so.
Sure, and we know, you know, being a smaller town, you know, you don't have the resources or the overhead to support something like this, so we already have it in place, and that's something that we could do for you as well, and not a problem. I grew up in this town with a lot of my relatives living on Columbus Place, Seton Avenue. I'm from the Italiano family in Roselle Park, so I've been here for a long, long time. I live in Cranford, but I spend most of my time in Union, as you can imagine. So I hope that my presentation was thorough enough for you. I have some information. I'll leave it for you. I have our member benefits, our dues, and this is the booklet that we did for the Township of Union.
If you want to pass it on now.
Sure.
I'm sorry. Whoa.
I didn't see that stuff. There we go. I hope I have enough for everybody. Oh,
Thank you. Mr. Thomas, Thomas Italiano.
yeah, my cousin Tom is my first cousin.
I know you.
If you need it. Okay.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for coming.
Okay, so we didn't have the meeting minutes last time around. May I have a motion to approve the last 2 meeting minutes pending corrections?
So move. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
May I have a motion that bills and payrolls be not read and passed for payment?
So move. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
May I have a motion to open the public portion on agenda items only?
So move. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Public? I'm seeing no one. Okay. If you'd like to come and speak and come to the front of the microphone, state your name. You don't have to. Seeing no one. We have a motion to close the public portion of agenda
So
items only.
move. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. May I have a motion to approve? Do we have anybody here for reports? I guess just Ken and Andrew. Do you guys have any updates you want to throw our way?
Oh, good.
Just gonna tell us how dire tell me how dire the budget is tomorrow. Wow, that was. Oh, oh, sent a chill up my spine. You anything? No, nothing. No report, Mayor. That's a nice sound.
Actually, I'll give you something, so,
Don't want it.
no, it's too bad. You open the door. Something that I do want to note for the public who's in attendance, and who will ultimately see this council meeting, because we are videotaping this meeting, we've contracted the services of DNS Media Group. They will be running our community access station. We're lucky to have them in the back of the room tonight. We are going to be doing some extensive upgrades to our community access channel, considering a bulk of the upgrades were last done in the late 90s. So we're investing pretty I would say it's a substantial amount of money, but it's not an obscene amount of money. I think it's the right amount to get us to where we need to be as a municipality. Some other good news is I think within the next week we'll have the website up and running back again after a little bit of an odyssey trying to reacquire access to our domain and hosting service. And our email management team is back up, and luckily they are, because we had a little outage last night due to the work of a uninformed administrator, yet to be named. And we're back, so 3 good little sets of news for you. That's all my report, Mayor.
Thank you. Really, be careful what you wish for. Okay. May I have a motion to approve the reports of departments as submitted?
So move. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
There are no ordinances for second reading this evening. May I have a motion to approve ordinance number 2676 for introduction and fix the date for second reading and public hearing as March 3rd, 2022?
So move. Second.
Is there any discussion? Okay. Andrew, call the roll.
Councilman Petrosky.
Yes.
Councilman Connolly.
Yes.
Councilman Johnson.
Yes.
Councilman Signorello.
Yes.
Councilman Ravina.
Yes.
Councilman Valone is absent. 5 votes in the affirmative. 1 absent. The ordinance is introduced.
Okay. All matters listed with an asterisk are considered to be routine and non-controversial by the council and will be approved by one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless a member of the governing body so requests, in which case the item will be removed from consent agenda and considered in its normal sequence on the agenda as part of the general orders. Andrew, please read all resolutions by the on the consent agenda by title.
Yes, Mayor. Resolution 7422 is terminating the contract with Garces, Grabler, and LeBroke PC as 2022 Public Defender. Resolution 7522 is appointing Friend and Wenzel LLC as 2022 Public Defender. Resolution 7622 is accepting the resignation of Scarlett Gaudin from the Roselle Park Environmental Commission. Resolution 7722 is accepting the resignation of Jessamine Dukes from the Roselle Park Library Board of Trustees. Resolution 7822 is appointing Rosangela Biscami to the Roselle Park Library Board of Trustees. Resolution 7922 is appointing Robert Ravilla to the Roselle Park Library Board of Trustees. Resolution 80-22 is authorizing encroachment by a private property owner on the off-street portion of the municipal right-of-way directly in front of Block 105, Lot 5 of the municipal tax map, commonly known as 625 Beechwood Avenue, for the purpose of the construction and maintenance of non-structural decorative columns. Resolution 81-22 is amending and readopting the vehicle policy of the Borough of Roselle Park. Resolution 82-22 is amending the regular meeting minutes of December 2nd, 2021. Resolution 83-22 is authorizing an extension to the conditional lease of borough property with Chickarella Brothers, Inc. for calendar year 2022. Resolution 84-22 is authorizing an extension of the conditional lease of borough property with Roselle Park Wines and Spirits for calendar year 2022. Resolution 85-22 is authorizing the extension of the conditional lease of borough property with Harvest Chapel International Church for calendar year 2022. And Resolution 86-22 is appointing Sakita Y. Harris to the position of part-time community center bus driver.
Okay, so I'm gonna pull 8122 real quick. Does anybody else want to pull anything?
80-22.
Okay, great. May I have a motion to approve the resolutions remaining on the consent agenda?
So move. Second.
Okay, may I have all in favor, thank you.
Aye. Aye.
Any in the opposed? Light on eyes, okay. May I have a motion to adopt resolution 80-22?
So move. Second.
Is there any discussion? Madam Attorney, I know we discussed this a little bit earlier today.
Yes.
I think this was put on the agenda kind of trying to give some relief to one of the residents, but I know we have kind of some concerns about that. I was wondering if you maybe just kind of give us the long and short of it.
Happy to, Mayor.
Yep.
This arises due to the fact that a resident homeowner failed to seek a permit before installing some decorative columns on his property. Had that occurred, on what he thought was his property, had that occurred, probably would not be in the situation we're in now, because unfortunately he put these columns in the right of way and not on his property. So the concern is under Title 59, which is claims against public entities, the borough can be found liable for permitting a dangerous condition to exist on a public right-of-way. And I'll just read you a tiny portion of 59:4-2 that states, public entity is liable for injury caused by a condition of its property if the plaintiff establishes that the dangerous condition was created, that the dangerous condition created a reasonably foreseeable risk of the kind of injury that was incurred. For example, if a pedestrian who's walking in that right of way, I understand there are no sidewalks in this immediate area, pedestrian's walking in the right of way, gets hit by a car and is injured, township's gonna be brought into that lawsuit.
Yep.
There's an issue with the indemnification agreement that is suggested by this resolution because there is some case law that suggests that a private property owner may not be required. I mean, we could enter an agreement like that, but it may not hold up in court. So that would be another reason. There's also whether or not the resident would have the ability to even pay under an indemnification agreement, or the impact that would have to homeowner's policy, whether homeowner's insurance would possibly have to approve this, or would likely maybe, deny him his homeowner's insurance because it's not their property, it's not his property, it's not their property. And finally, it's a small aside, but the resolution also didn't address any regulations or safety for maintenance of these decorative columns if they should fall into disrepair, and that becomes a whole other issue as well. So bottom line is, under Title 59, I think it's a liability to the borough, and it's my recommendation to this council that they be voted down.
Okay. Yep. Thank you so much. Yeah. Without belaboring the point too much, speaking with council, it's my sense as well. I don't think one way or the other I can even vote on this because there could be no tie tonight. But I don't know if anybody else wanted to mention anything on this. If so, the floor is yours. Okay. I'm hearing none.
Well, all right.
I was expecting something.
All right, well, I was holding it.
Carry on smart.
Well, I was the council member who sponsored this resolution, and this came for relief for a Fifth Ward resident who reached out to me who had these decorative columns outside. Seeing that there was no sidewalk, seeing that there was nothing within the right-of-way, no utilities, seeing that this has been an issue throughout the borough, I thought I am trying to help alleviate this this code enforcement issue for this resident and for other residents who may be impacted as well. I do appreciate council's thoughts and sentiments on this, and I appreciate it. I tried.
No. Yeah. No. I mean, look, you were responsive to your folks in the Fifth Ward, so nobody could fault you for that, except for me. No. I'm just having fun with you, Jay. All right. Anybody else? Andrew, call the roll.
Councilman Petrosky.
No.
Councilman Connolly.
No.
Councilman Johnson.
No.
Councilman Signorello.
No.
Councilman Ravina.
For this resident, for other residents who have this issue, I'm going to say yes.
Yes, that's 4 in the negative, 1 in the affirmative. The resolution is not agreed to.
Okay. May I have a motion to adopt Resolution 81-22?
So move. Second.
Is there any discussion? Andrew, can you just give I think there's only a couple updates we made here, but just short.
That's correct, Mayor. So after some of the discussion at the last council meeting, there were 2 amendments that were proposed to the vehicle policy broadly. The first is that anyone or any borough official who is permitted to take home vehicle will explicitly not be allowed to take the vehicle outside of the state of New Jersey unless it's on pre-approved borough business. That would mean for department heads and other individuals who are not the administrator, they would need the permission from the administrator to do that prior to leaving the state of New Jersey. If it is the administrator leaving the state of New Jersey, they need permission from the borough council by way of a resolution to leave the state of New Jersey with the borough vehicle. That's the one change. The second is that it addresses the issue of borough vehicles being used for business other than that of the borough of Roselle Park. We thought it was fitting, because we are 2 halves of a whole in Roselle Park, both the Board of Education and the borough of Roselle Park, that if the borough vehicles are used for school business, it's tantamount to being used for the same thing.
Roselle Park Board of Education.
Roselle Board of Education, right? 2 halves of the whole borough. But it explicitly states that borough vehicles cannot be used for business other than the public business of the borough or the Roselle Park Board of Education. The only exemption to that is driving back and forth from a job that may not be the borough of Roselle Park. So if conceptually, deputy fire chief who's allowed to take a vehicle home, drives to their job, parks the car, goes into their job, leaves, goes home with their car, that is permitted. But they can't do inspections, say, in another municipality for that municipality with a vehicle.
Yeah, they can't go use their car to go work a side job,
Correct.
you know, doing handiwork somewhere or something.
That is correct. Those are the two basic amendments.
Yeah, so I think the discussion was good last time. I think it was healthy and spirited conversation amongst council, and we saw fit to at least tighten it up a little bit based on those two parameters. And I think it's something we'll continue to explore to make sure nobody abuses the policy. So, Ginny was really concerned about it. I can see it in your eyes. Okay. Any further discussion? Andrew Colorado.
Councilman Petrowski.
Yes.
Councilman Connolly.
Yes.
Councilman Johnson.
Yes.
Councilman Signorella.
Yes.
Councilman Raviner.
Yes.
5 votes in the affirmative, Mayor. The resolution is adopted.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna right along. Can we do the reports of Borough Council committees? Let's start off with Mike Connolly. Curveball.
Well, I don't really have no report, but I just want to stress the bridge that from Westfield Avenue to First Avenue will be under this construction from, was it March 7th until July, the Gordon Street Bridge. And that's going to create a lot of problems, I can already foresee it, you know, because it's already problems right now. But hopefully they'll develop a traffic pattern that will take care of that. And I know, Jay, that you're on that committee, and I know that you're going to look in on that, and hopefully we'll get something going, because it's terrible, you know, in between 3 and 6. Forget about it. Other than that, you need to contact me. Email me at mconnelly, CONNELLY, at rosellepark.net. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilman Johnson.
Thank you, Mayor. I'll be brief. Meetings I attended and supported within the past few weeks. Troop 56, signing and completion of Chris Lay's Eagle project at Post 60. They did a wonderful job. The veterans at the post are very grateful and satisfied with the outcome of the new post memorial that was redone. That was on 2/7/22. I attended the Union County American Legions with the state commander. I attended the Roselle Park and Inclusion Committee collaboration with Director John Ranieri for many upcoming borough events at the Anthony Signorello Center, so stay tuned to that. Also, I forwarded to Mayor and Andrew a proposal that was submitted by the DNI for your review, so when you get a chance, I might want to share that with Ken too. Today I attended with Council President Joe P. my first joint meetings of Essex and Union County. I was there more so to learn, listen, and familiarize myself. This was a rich and insightful experience, and I'm looking forward to be mentored by my protege, the president over there. I don't mind being Robin. Thank you, Batman. Where am I? I'm sorry. On February 10th, 2020, I addressed with the aid of the business administrator and Superintendent Biamonte recycling concerns in the First Ward, specifically on Mark Thaler Place. So I just wanted to say a special thank you to Superintendent for your speedy assistance in addressing these concerns. Yesterday I followed up with Andrew regarding our business proposal directory needed to be created for the borough. Initially, I was planning to do so myself, but the mayor totally saved me by pledging his immediate support for this project, and now the ball is on the road. Thank you, Mayor. This is an excellent project. I think my vision is to ultimately have a PDF file that can be added to the borough's website so that it can be shared with the residents and visitors.
Greg, it's fancier than a PDF.
Outside. I mean, you know.
You can filter it. You can see what time they're open. It's fancier than that.
See, the mayor just amplified it. But nevertheless, that brings me to that. at no cost to the businesses. And I think it's something that is special for the residents and the visitors outside, because I know a lot of small businesses are a little apprehensive with joining these chambers of commerce because they're requiring some type of fee or monies. So I think this is good for them. Lastly, please remember your voice matters. And as First Ward Council, I will always place the concerns of the residents within the borough of Roselle Park first. If you need to get in contact with me, please email me at 908-303-1519. And Mayor, that concludes my report.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilman Ostrowski,
Thank you, Mayor.
Council President.
Okay, first of all, I want to send my condolences out to Lee Niles. I know she was heavily involved with PTA for years and everything. Glenn Burnett, who's been a lifetime resident of Roselle Park. He was a 1974 graduate of Roselle Park High School. A very good friend of mine, I was friends with the family, was Esther Russo, who turned 100 in November, okay? Passed away the other day, and everything, so what a nice lady. She lost her son 30 years ago, who was a very close friend of mine and everything, so who missed her son very much until the day she died, so I do want to send my condolences out to the family. And Nancy Malaspina Dick, who's a 1979 graduate of Roselle Park High School, passed away today. She lost her husband a couple of years ago, Curtis Dick, who was a 1975 graduate. So I do send my condolences out to the four of them. I want to congratulate the Roselle Park High School wrestling team with winning the sectionals. Great honor and everything like that. We're gonna leave most of that to you, Joe, because
Neither one of you were wrestlers, and you both steal my thunder.
I know.
I'm
You hear that?
Can I go? I would need permission to go out of order by council.
Also, I want to congratulate the Roselle
Take
Park
care of
High
him.
School.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
The Roselle Park High School bowling team, who also won the section. I know I brought it up last meeting, since COVID, I like to bring both squads in. And you could actually make the speech.
Oh, thank you so much, Councilman. Can we should actually just plan for next month. I think things are
After the states?
trends I think are heading in the right direction. We should do it right after states.
Yeah.
One meeting, Councilman.
Okay. February 10th, I attended the Recreation Committee. Basketball will continue another 3 weeks. If you don't know, they were having trouble with the gym at the high school, which I found out is open now. I'll leave that to you also, Councilman. But I know the high school had to come to the middle school, so I know there was a lot of finagling with the getting the gym time for it. From what I was told, there's 127 applicants that are playing basketball. So, like I said, I give them a lot of credit, and the coaches, and Tina, thank you for all you do in your committee. As of right now, the Easter egg hunt is April 2nd. It will be at the library with a rain date of April 3rd. Right now, they are waiting for time-wise, because they want to work with the Roselle Park Youth Baseball and Softball League. From what we were told, that they're going to do their open day parade that day, and we don't want, we're trying to work out a time thing. So as soon as we know for sure, we'll get flyers out. Today I attended the joint sewer meeting. Thank you, Councilman. I appreciate you, being there. So I was appointed the chairman of the public relations for the joint sewer, and I'm going to be on the ad hoc for legislation committee. Main thing we talked about was the destination of 2022 committee appointments. It was a short meeting because they knew Councilman Johnson was there. So, the next meeting will be March 17th. So If you need to contact me, Jake Petrosky at rosellepark.net, 908-666-7821. That's my report.
Good job, Mr. President.
Thank you, Council.
And chairman of the social media. You're going to manage their Facebook.
Yeah. Good luck. with that.
Yeah. Councilman Signorello.
So I got my dog and cat report.
My two are registered.
Out of 647 dogs, only 436 dogs are licensed as of today, and out of 126 cats, only 76. So the deadline is March 1st. Get your dogs and cats registered. So I'll briefly talk about the wrestling and the bowling. I just want to give a nice job to the fire department, police department, escorting these two teams into town. I did see some video, and it was pretty exciting. And I know one of the wrestlers and two of the wrestlers says that was pretty cool to come off the parkway and have the fire department and police department escort them in. Yesterday was a little the bowling team. They actually had a day match. It was during the day. I was talking to Chief Parento that they were coming home at 3 or something like that instead of they usually it starts at 3. So nice job representing Roselle Park, both teams. And it was pretty cool to see one last time the wrestling team beat Booton and Sea Caucus back at the middle school. And I was telling Mr. Finizio the other day on the phone that so it brought back like what we're talking about, before 1964, before the high school. So it was pretty cool to see the two matches on the middle school gym floor. And like I said, Councilman Petrosky says the gym is open, and I think all the winter sports are over. So, but it's nice to see since Ida, it was restored, and I do believe they put some prevention of it ever happening again, and hopefully it never happens again. That's the end of my report. And if you have any questions, it's 908-721-6488, and it's Jay Signorella at rosellepark.net.
Good job, Councilman Signorello. Councilman Rubino.
You want me to get that ring of paper you want to hand? Well, report.
It's like hourglass.
Yours has a binding to it, Jay. I'm already sweating. This is a notepad. Okay.
All right, can you start my all right. Good evening, Mayor.
Councilman, you got it.
You have me cracking up. And Roselle Park. On Tuesday, I joined Mayor Signorello at the Casano Center for Valentine's Day Bingo with our seniors. On February 9th, having a background in supply chain management and transportation and exploring more on the supply chain challenges in our area, I attended a transportation, logistics, and distribution conference. It's a mess. We need to advocate more for vocational and skilled trades. We need more manufacturing, tech, and service jobs here in the U.S., and it starts here at home. So, a reminder, please shop local when you can. With gas at $3.50 a gallon and inflation at its highest since the early 80s, consider conserving, reducing, reusing, and recycling when possible. We need to stretch our hard-earned dollars further. Also consider visiting PSEG at nj.pseg.com/save energy and money for keeping energy costs low, free home energy audits, and residential rebate programs residents may be eligible for. Spring is around the corner. Let's get ready to enjoy the outdoors. It's the simple things in life that mean the most. On February 10th, I walked the downtown checking in on a number of RP businesses and dropped off information on the Chamber networking event that was the other day. I also visited our team at the library and popped into the Casano Center to meet the Westfield Regional Health Department team for the COVID-19 vaccine clinic they hosted. On the 16th, I attended the Union Chamber networking event at 5 Points, where I did recognize a few Roselle Park businesses that were in attendance. Later that evening, I attended the Mayor Council meeting in the Borough of Roselle to express my appreciation for our neighbors' resolution of support for Rails to Trails projects, and I had the opportunity to catch up with Congressman Payne to speak on his ongoing efforts fighting for the residents of our district. He talked about the RAISE grant, which helps our communities pay for surface transportation projects, and mentioned our efforts here in Roselle Park, Roselle, and Eastern Union County regarding the Rails to Trails initiatives. There is over $7 billion alone earmarked for the Transportation Alternatives Program. which can be used for rails trails initiatives. He discussed the needs and the importance. It's absolutely crucial to have strong grant writers, as hundreds of thousands of communities across the country will be vying for these dollars. Great opportunities for communities like ours to take advantage of these funds. Diving more into transportation, there are a number of DOT grants coming out for bikeways, safe streets of transit, and transit villages. My plan is to get together with a new grant writer and collaborate with the entire team to go after as many county, state, and federal grant and funding sources as we're eligible for. For example, for 2022, no communities in Union County were awarded DOT Safe Streets to Transit grants. Elizabeth, Linden, Summit received a total of 1.5 million transit village grants for this year, and for bikeway DOT grants, nearly the entire pot of $6 million went to South Jersey communities. As they say, you gotta be in it to win it. I wanna work with the team to make sure we're in it. For informational purposes, and as Councilman Connolly had mentioned earlier, the Gordon Street Bridge, which was built in 1911, is considered an orphan bridge because it has no owner, will be closed on or about March 7th. Its 3-ton weight posting severely restricts truck access to Route 28, adversely affecting truck traffic in this corridor for a number of small and medium businesses. For public knowledge, the bridge is structurally deficient and functionally obsolete. Also note, the county has been working with state and federal transportation agencies for years to obtain grant funding to replace the 111-year-old structure.
Do you know why we can't just tear it down and just do a straightaway? Did I tell you this already?
Federal regulations protect the railroad.
The rail line.
The rail line. It's still owned by Conrail and CSX shared assets.
Yep. I thought it was gonna.
Since that's, they are protected by federal regulations.
So, yeah, I know. I thought I was gonna learn something, but I didn't. It's actually it's a national defense mandate. Actually,
They could reactivate or
yeah.
in the event
Theoretically.
that happens. That's why it has to be.
Yeah.
I don't want to get.
It's interesting though, right? I mean, it's an $8 million project that you have to do because you need that right away.
Yep.
And for rails and trails potentially.
Yeah. Hopefully. Thank you. Let's see where I was. Now, demo will begin and work will soon be completed thereafter to commence on the construction of a new wider bridge with ADA compliant sidewalks and new approaches that are structurally capable of carrying larger vehicle loads. The closure of the bridge for both pedestrian and vehicular traffic is expected to continue through July 2023. Advanced warning signage advising of the impending closure will be deployed in the coming days along with detour indicators. The main proposed improvements will include, but is not limited to, a new steel truss measuring 94 feet long. The proposed steel stringer approach span will be about 60 feet long, and the bridge cross will consist of two 12.5-foot wide lanes. One traffic island on the bridge will act as a left turn traffic lane on each embankment, and an 8-foot wide shoulder as a pedestrian walkway meeting ADA compliance. Included will be left turn traffic lanes with traffic signals at the intersections to provide safe and efficient flow of traffic. On February 17th, today, attended the NJ Department of Environmental Protection. They had a Zoom call on upcoming public notification deadlines for water systems. It's regarding reducing the potential risk from lead in drinking water. So New Jersey enacted a law back in July of last year, the Lead Service Replacement Law, PL 2021 C-183, that requires drinking water systems to inventory service lines, notify residents of the potential presence of lead in their service lines, and the plan for the replacement of all lead service lines within 10 years. Throughout the last 2 weeks, I've been in contact with a number of residents with issues ranging from concerns on road work quality on Faytoot, illegal dumping, sidewalk repair needs, and code enforcement issues. Tried with the code enforcement issue. There was been illegal dumping, and I'd like to thank Superintendent Paul Baiamonte. Him and his crew had identified the issue over at within the 5th Ward on Long Valley Road. There was illegal dumping. He took care of that, and some issues that were happening at Aldine and Loretti Park. I'd like to thank them for their quick response on that, and I'd like to also thank Chief McCaffrey for installing a speed radar signal on Walnut Street. There were residents that had reached out to me. They were concerned about speeding from Grant towards Lincoln. They're on Walnut Street, and they were able to come up with a remedy for it, and as a result, they installed that sign. So I'd like to thank them and Officer Kentrell for it. Now, reminder, Clean Communities, the spring cleanup. 2 more minutes? A minute? Thank you. Reminder, Clean Communities, the spring cleanup is scheduled for Saturday, April 9th, beginning at 9 a.m. Any community groups or organizations willing and available to assist, please reach out to myself or Ruben at 908-245-0666. Municipal Land Use Board meets on Monday, February 21st at 7 p.m. The Rails to Trails Advisory Committee is scheduled to meet virtually on February 28th. And any parents, PTA, PTO members, or Scout leaders, please note the Special Education Parent Advisory Group will be holding its meeting on Thursday, February 24th at 6:30 p.m. For details, visit the Roselle Park Parents of Students with Different Abilities Facebook page or email roselleparkcpag, SEPAG, @gmail.com. Thank you to all those who have reached out to me with their concerns and issues. As you know, I'll always try my best to assist. I can be reached at 862-236-0019. Email is jrabina@rosellepark.net. Mayor, that concludes my report.
Thank you, Councilman.
Thank you.
Yep. Okay, so mine, keep it short. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. We have a couple good things coming up with NJ Transit. I don't want to divulge too much and give people high hopes because I feel like it's like a Charlie Brown, like the football always keeps getting taken away from me with the train station. But we have, is the last week in February, we have an update with NJ Transit. So I think we're hoping, it's next week already, yeah. We're hoping to get good news there. We did see some very preliminary specs, so nothing to share with the team yet. But as soon as I get the okay from NJ Transit, I'll show it around to council and obviously to the public. But that's exciting. I think we hit the 30% design mark or something. They have like the weirdest tracking mechanism. Congratulations to Roselle Park Wrestling. Well done, fellas. I want to thank Congressman Payne for setting up a big powwow with the local mayors. Spoke about a lot of the issues, a lot of common themes, which I think you guys probably heard at DOP. Stormwater issues are abound. So I'm hoping, and I advocated, I think, for more of a joint planning exercise around what's going on when it comes to stormwater runoff. And I also just want to thank his office for staying on Conrail. Got some cleanup done there over by the Raritan Valley line. They call it something else, but our Raritan Valley line. No, I don't want to mention it again. No, I don't want to mention it again. You ruined it for me. I was going to mention, reminder, that a part of the 3rd Ward has moved over to the 5th Ward. No, 5th Ward has moved over to the 3rd Ward. You should have just let it. I was on a roll. You should have just let it go and just said, there's one. just look up your ward map. Look up where you got to vote before you vote in the primary this spring.
Board of Elections is going to notify everybody who is moved.
Thank you so much, Mr. Clerk and Administrator. That's all I've got. Okay, any questions, reach out to me at mayorsig@rosellepark.net. One last thing. Look, I don't want to belabor this, but we do realize that there is still ongoing issues with garbage pickup, more so recycling pickup. We have been collecting those complaints, and we're going to continue to make action with them. We do have our municipal waste, solid waste contract coming up this year, so we are looking to rejigger that. Hopefully get some other bidders in to hopefully get some better service, or just get better service from what we've got right now. But it's not lost on us that it's still very much an issue. So it's something that we continue to struggle with, but it's something that, quite frankly, the rest of the state is struggling with us on. So there's no easy answer there, but we do have some methods to try and alleviate that, and that starts with a new contract potentially this year for solid waste disposal. So, yeah. Okay, mayorsig@rosellepark.net if you have any other questions. And that concludes my report, and I'm going to go back to where we are in the meeting. Public portion. May I have a motion to open the public portion on any subject?
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody wishing to come up and speak may do so now. Go once, going twice, going 3 times, seeing no one. Okay, may I have a motion to close the public portion on any subject?
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
There are no matters for closed session this evening. May I have a motion to adjourn?
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Great meeting, everybody.